Hey everybody, we're going to go to number two. Well, let's jump right into it. Number two is actually a bunch of congruency shortcuts ones, so let's go right into it. I'm trying to determine whether the angles or the triangles are congruent or not, and let's see if they are. I want to write a conjecture. Okay, so okay, so in these, right? Remember, particularly in this first one, okay. The one thing you've got to make sure is we're going to be careful of the order that we put our letters in, because it told me triangle ALE, so that means the order that I put the other one, if it's congruent to one, I've got to be really careful about how to do it. The other thing, like in general, what we're looking for are two things to like put more information in the diagram. The first is is there one segment that is the same between both triangles? There actually is one there in this particular one. And the other one we want to look for are there parallel lines, because we can use our like alternate interior or whatever to find congruent angles when we do this using parallel lines. And I see some parallel lines. And so what I'm going to do to like help myself visually is just like, this is a transversal that cuts across those parallel lines. And it actually is going to help me see just a little bit that I've got, well, this angle and this angle are the same. Now, the other ones are not, because I don't know like that this segment, and I don't know if they're parallel, so I can't use those to like figure out if I have angles that are congruent or not. And then let's see what else I have. What else do I have? I've got, oh yeah, this piece is actually the same between both of them, right? Okay. It doesn't have anything else on it. So I've got a side, and an angle. Yeah, so I've got three pieces that are working here. And it looks like I've got this side, and this angle. So I've got like two S's and an A. And the issue is the angle is not in between them, right? This is not an included angle. It's not touching that side. So I actually don't know this, because the shortcut that I do have between the two of them is SSA, which doesn't work. I'm going to be with you in a second, bud. Sorry. So I don't know. Not enough information is what I have to put for that, because side tan angle is one that doesn't work. If you find not enough information, you don't necessarily have to provide like SSA or AAA, the shortcuts that don't work. So that one's not enough information. Great. On to the next one. Well, RA is an angle bisector. Let me see. Okay. So again, I'm kind of like sifting through the diagram to see if I can find some more information. All right, well, I've got this and this are equal because RA is going to bisect. So that thing bisects my angle. So I know that those two, I've used that information. Remember, sometimes you may get information about the diagram that's like separate from the diagram, like that little thing, RA is an angle bisector, is telling me a little bit more about the diagram than what I've got. Well, now look, I actually don't need any more information, because that's like the reflexive property tells me RA, it shows up in both triangles. And now if I look, I've got a side, an angle, and a side, just like I had before, but this time the angle is included. It touches both of the sides that are congruent. And so now that's side, angle, side, and that is one that works. Now I have to be careful, because it gave me an RYA. So I need to put segment, whatever piece is congruent to segment RY needs to come first in the next triangle. And that looks like RN. So I'm going to put a little triangle symbol, RN, and then it's going to go down to A, because then it goes from Y to A, which is like this little segment here, and that's that little segment here. So triangle RNA, and the shortcut that I can use is side, angle, side. You may also note, as a bonus, there's actually a ton of ways to do this one. This is an isosceles triangle, so that means those two angles are congruent, here and here. And then at this point, you could use like angle, side, angle, or you could use angle, angle, side if you wanted to. There's a ton of shortcuts that work for Orion down here, okay? Oh, what a fun day. This is a fun day here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so again, here I've got some isosceles triangles, and like hopefully you're putting together that like one of the key skills is going to be your ability to recognize isosceles triangles, because they're going to really help us piece together information as we go through these types of problems. And so what I know is that this one down here is 80 then, because those two angles are the same. And now all three angles add up to, well, actually at this point, I still got a little more work to do, because I need to find out like what those other angles are in here. As a matter of fact, all of these angles have to add to 360 over in the day triangle. And so this one and this one will maybe make X. So I know that 2X, I'm going to put it on pause because George is here. Give me just a second. Hey, everybody. Sorry, we just needed a refill on pizza there. Okay. All right. Well, look, all three of these angles have to add to 180, and those two angles are the same because it's an isosceles. I'm going to make this little like X-looking thing in it. So I know that this is 20 plus X equals 180. And I actually get when I do this that X equals 80. Ah-ha-ha. Well, now it's all kind of spilled out in the open for me because look, these two angles here are equal to these two angles here. You've got like an angle side situation. You've also got, well, look, you could play the same game down in this triangle and that's a 20 here. You've got a side angle side situation if you want that. You've got an angle side. We have to be careful now about the way that we letter these because it's given me FUN, right? So in order to do that right, I have to do AYD, or actually because it's an isosceles, you could do it YAD if you wanted. So I could say triangle AYD, or you could do YAD if you wanted to. But you've got to make sure that you get that base is the one that comes first, because when this has like the F and the U, that's talking about this segment. So I need to make sure I do this segment first. And because DY and DA are the same, you could actually do them in either order. And again, there's like a multitude of shortcuts here. I'm going to pick maybe side angle side, but you could also do angle side, or side angle. Yeah, that's actually pretty neat. Ooh, this one is what makes this last one tricky is that it's hard to maybe like keep the triangle straight. So the good news is it told me EDY, so I'm gonna go EDY. Okay, great. And when I'm looking at it, like I see that it's got like that 90-degree angle in it. So if it's going to be congruent to anything, it's probably going to have to be something that's like right triangle-y looking. So I'm actually going to do, well, it probably needs this segment and this segment. I'm actually going to make that a little lower so I can see that it's two separate triangles here. Maybe like this one down here. And then I'll just sort of connect it up here. So maybe if I could find a shortcut, the green triangle might be equal to the green triangle might be equal to the yellow triangle. So let's see what we got. Let's maybe fish around a little bit. Oh, you know what I see? Oh, look, ha, 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 ha. This guy down here at the bottom. That's the same actual piece in both triangles, right? And then look, so I've got that, and then I've got this angle is the same as that angle, and I've got this side is the same as that side. So as long as I'm careful about my wording, I actually have two congruent triangles because I have a side, an included angle, it's that 90-degree angle, and then another side. So side angle side tells me I got to be careful about my wording now. So ED means it's going along this diagonal piece first. So I'm going to go like from the point of it, I'm going to say that it goes like YU. I'm going to put a triangle in there. To triangle YUE. Haha. And that shortcut is side angle side. Thanks for watching. And something froze. My picture is frozen, I think. It just looks like me doing the thing, but it got in there. I think my camera is broken. All right, well, see you guys.